Hey, it's Emily and welcome to a cosy autumn book haul. So as you can see behind me, I have been book shopping again, and this is across 2 months, I will say. This is September and October's book haul, and I have treated myself to a couple new books, and I don't care at this point. The book buying ban, I think, starts in 2025. I have 28 books here. So this book buying ban, yeah, like I said, it's going to start in the new year. It's not a now issue. Oh, goodness, sorry. The chair is in a slightly different location today because yesterday we used the chair to put up these bats ready for our little party tomorrow, so hence the slightly different angle. But I think without further ado, let's jump on into one of these stacks. They have no theme. Some of them are series, some of them are the same genre, but yeah, I think let's jump on in to the first stack, which is down here. And these are the last 4 books, well, I say the last 4, books 2, 3, 4 and 5 in the ATAT series. I did already own the first one, which the lovely Rebecca gave me for my birthday. And as you can tell, I am nearly finished Akamath, sorry. So we have A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. I got these because I'm doing Chloe's Trash from Us read along, reading 1 a month, and I only owned the first one, even though I have read these 2 before already. I did them via audiobook, and I'm really enjoying my reread of them, so I decided to treat myself to the physical copies. They were quite cheap on Amazon, and it was cheaper to just buy them individually, so I did that. I definitely wouldn't class myself at all as a fantasy reader, however, I am really enjoying this series, and I'm not ashamed about it at all. I can understand the hype now. So those are the first 4 books of this haul. Chunky ones. I'm excited to read the physical copies this time. So I'll pop these back here. You can just about see them in the corner there. Which stack shall we do next? I realise I didn't talk about what ACOTAR is about, but I'm assuming most people in this community know. You could pick a couple romances. I've got some romances here. So the first one I have here is Redeemed by Lauren Asher. This is the indie published edition. They're going out of print. They're only traditionally published now. And I had the first 3 in the Dirty Air series in the indie editions. So I bought this one before it went out of print. I haven't read this yet, but if you didn't know, the Dirty Air series is a Formula 1 romance series. I have enjoyed the first 3 in the series so far. They're not like 5-star reads, but they're good fun. And I'm looking forward to finishing off the series, as I've heard this one tends to be people's favourites. So I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I don't really know what this one actually is about, apart from it follows Santiago. So it's like the last driver in that little friendship group. So yeah, I'm looking forward to wrapping up this series very soon. And yeah, got my hands on this. That's a bit of an awkward angle behind me. Next up, we have My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I saw this around a few times, like last year maybe, whenever it came out. And I feel like it's made its rounds again recently. And now the sequel's come out, and people seem to be saying that they really enjoy it, or like they find it funny or something. Maybe I'm incorrect, but that's what I've gathered from this book. And I thought I'll give it a go. It was in the works for quite cheap, so I thought I'll get this, and then while the second one is still really cheap and in like supermarkets and the works, I can get that as well if I enjoy this. So I'm hoping to read this very soon. I haven't read a vampire book in a while, so yeah, that's another little romance that I'm adding onto my TBR. It was totally an impulse buy, but I'll be hopefully reading it. I was hoping to read it in October, but it's the 31st of October today, so happy Halloween. So it looks like it's not happening. But yeah, that's another romance on the TBR. And then the last one in that little stack is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. I did read this a week or 2 ago, maybe. And it is featured in my full vlog, so if you're interested in seeing my full thoughts on this, then go check that out. But it is a kind of fun, spicy, seasonal read, and yeah, I saw it really cheap. I think I got this in like Sainsbury's or something, and with the 2nd and 3rd book in the series out now, I thought I'd give it a go because I think this was quite popular last year. And I did have a bit of FOMO, but I don't know if I'm going to continue the series yet. Maybe I'll give it a break, but it was just a very easy romance, but I won't say any more than that right now. So that's the last book in that stack. I don't even know what stack to go for next. Let's go for another little one, because this is the same series. So I went shopping the day I had my hair cut, which I think was also in a vlog. And I saw in TK Maxx that this entire box set, there's 3 books. This trilogy was in the clearance section for £5. So I thought for, you know, less than £2 a book, I'll get it. And that is the Avalon Bay, is that what it's called? The Avalon Bay series by Elle Kennedy. I have been enjoying Elle Kennedy's like off-campus BRIU series recently, so when I saw these for like, well, very cheap, I thought I'll go for it. So it consists of Good Girl Complex, Bad Girl Reputation, and The Summer Girl. The only thing I didn't realise until I got home, let's pick one of these, is I think it's like the American paperback size. I'm not really demonstrating this very well. It's a different size paperback basically, so it's bigger, which I didn't realise until I got home and unboxed the box. So, unboxed the box. But that's fine, they're sat on a little stack anyway above my shelves. I don't know if this is quite the season to be reading these sort of books, but maybe I'll save them for summer next year. But I thought I couldn't pass up a deal that's that cheap, so. They got that like funny matte cover as well, which is why it's making all this noise, like. So, apologies for the noise. Adding more Elle Kennedy to my collection now. So that's that stack. Shall we spice things up with some mystery thrillers? Nearly dropped them all. So, where to start? Let's start with Agatha Christie. The first one I have here is Giant Spread, which is one of the ones that she published under Mary Westmacott. I'm trying to read all her backlist, and after reading Unfinished Portrait, which is another Mary Westmacott read, I fell in love with it, gave it 5 stars. It's one of the only books that I've like cried at this year. Or was it last year? Have I completely gone mad? It may have even been last year. Either way, I absolutely loved it. And so now I'm trying to read more of her Mary Westmacott books. So picked this up in Waterstones when I had a voucher. It's very nice and floppy, but it says a spellbinding novel of romantic obsession. So very intrigued by this one, and yeah, add that to my Agatha Christie shelf. Or bookcase. On that same vein, I did also pick up yesterday, 2 days ago, Hercule Poirot's Silent Night by Sophie Hannah. It was in Sainsbury's for £5, and I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback so that it can match these other Sophie Hannah continuations. I'm not sure how I feel about the shininess, I'm not gonna lie, but that's fine. So this is a festive, Christmassy murder mystery. So I'm hoping to read it this festive season, hopefully in November or December. And yeah, I don't really know anything else about the mystery itself, but I have enjoyed the 2 Sophie Hannah continuations that I have read so far. And I think she does a good job of encapsulating Poirot. So I have good faith that this is going to be a good read. Put that on the pile. And then we have A Very Lively Murder by Katie Watson, which is the sequel to The Three Dahlias. I have not read The Three Dahlias, but I was in the works. Maybe I should put them together, but I was in the works and there was 2 books I wanted. They'll come up in a minute. 2 books that I wanted in the 3 for £6 deal, and I thought, might as well get another book for like £1. So I picked this one because it was an option, and I do have high expectations for The Three Dahlias, or at least I think I'm going to really like it. So I think it was fair to pick up the sequel before reading the first one. Meg with Books raves about the first one, or this series in general, and I feel like we have very similar tastes when it comes to murder mysteries, so I trust her recommendation and yeah, decided to pick up the sequel basically, just to complete the 3 for £6 deal. So next up we have a bit of a rogue one in here, and that is St. Bennet by David Blake. Now this is the 2nd book in a series. I do not own the first one. The reason I have this is that my nan read the first one, which is Broadland by David Blake. I think this series is called the D.I. John Tanner series or something, and it follows the same police detective. I'm not too sure, they're all on the back, but my nan read the first one, loved it, and for her birthday, I bought her St. Benet's, which is the 2nd one in the series, thinking that'd be a great present. Turns out my aunt had bought her book 2 and 3 as well. So I returned this one on Amazon and ordered the 4th one for her. So she now has books 2, 3 and 4 waiting for her. However, when I did the return for this one on Amazon, they didn't ask for me to post it back at all. They just gave me the money. And I feel bad because this feels like indie published or self-published. So I'm definitely gonna read it, but I'm gonna read the first one because they're on Kindle Unlimited as well. So I feel like I need to, I feel so guilty that I've basically got this for free and I'm not supporting the author. So I'm going to read the first one on Kindle Unlimited and then pick up this one, have a little chat with my nan about it and leave a nice review. So, well, hopefully a nice review. I expect it'll be a nice review. My nan loved it, so yeah, it's not too long either, so they won't take too long to read. So, but I think it is like a 14 book series or something, so maybe not 14, that might be a bit long. I'm just having a look at the author's other backlist, and there's a whole series called Space Police, and it's a space crime comedy. Attack of the Mammary Clans, The Final Fish Finger, The Toaster That Time Forgot, The Rise of the Retail Bot, Enemy of the Cat Flap, The Day the Earth Moved a Bit. So, as far as I'm aware, this is, oh no, sorry, it's a Norfolk Broads crime thriller. This is an actual, like, serious thriller crime fiction, but it appears that the author has done some funny stuff as well, so we'll see if I like the writing. But yeah, that was just definitely a random one that I guess I got for free. And then the last one on that stack is the Labyrinth House Murders, which I'm pretty sure I opened in a vlog as well. I feel like a lot of these books either featured me buying them in a vlog or hauling them. But this is the third book in the House Murder series by Yukito Oitsuji, and this follows basically each book follows crimes, murders, in a weird house that's been designed by the same architect. So for example, let me find it. So for example, this is the floor plan for this house because the Labyrinth House Murders. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first two. They weren't like 5-star, like crazy mysteries. Like I did guess the mysteries, but they're just so fun to just binge. And yeah, set in the 80s, love it. Can't wait to read the next one that's now been translated in English. So that's the last one on that stack. Let's go for this stack here. This big one. Oh my goodness. So the first four are part of a series, and that is, as I mentioned earlier, the Briar U series. So we have The Chase, The Risk, The Dare, The Chase, The Risk, The Play, and The Dare, all by Elle Kennedy. I have read the first one. I'm reading The Risk in November. If you haven't seen my November TBR, you should go check that out. But yeah, I am really enjoying like the ice hockey romances from Elle Kennedy at the moment. So just enjoying this whole universe, like from off campus and seeing the crossover and the characters still in this universe. Like I haven't let go of them yet. I'm really enjoying them. So yeah, can't wait to continue on with this series. Me and my old work bestie Jazz, we've been buddy reading them once a month. I'll pop them back there. And then the other two in that stack are very similar, and that is The Graham Effect and The Dixon Rule, also by Elle Kennedy, can't speak. So this is also in that same universe. This is, I think it's called the Campus Diaries series. So the main character of this, Gigi Graham, she is the daughter of the characters in, what's the first one called? The Deal. Garrett and Hannah's kids. Oh my goodness, I couldn't remember it then. So it's like the next generation down, but it's the same universe. So I'm looking forward to continuing that whole world. And it continues on to The Dixon Rule. They were both in the works, and I bought them the same day as this. Like I came home after spending multiple pounds on Elle Kennedy. Actually, those are Elle Kennedy as well. I've been hauling all of Elle Kennedy's books recently, so no regrets though, because I'm really enjoying them, actually. No shame. And then the final stack we have here, this is just a real random oddball stack, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's no theme at all to these. It's just, oh no, we have two more stacks. Oh my goodness. There's one hidden behind here. I forgot about that because I only got 2 books. But the first one from this stack is Taming VII by Chloe Walsh, which is book 5 in the Boys of Tommen series. If you watch my last haul, you'll see that I hauled book 2, 3 and 4. And then I finally found this in the works. This one's not too bad, I believe. It's about 550 pages, so quite short for a Boys of Tommen series. But this is the first book that follows Gibbsy and Claire. I knew you said Hannah for some reason. Gibbsy and Claire, and this is the story I can't wait for. As much as I definitely want to see Joey and Aoife's story, these are some of my favourite characters, I'm not gonna lie. Like I love Gibbsy. So can't wait to jump into this when I can. But yeah, decided to add that to my collection. There's like builders in the corridor. So then the next book I have, sorry if you can hear people in the corridor, but the next book I have is The Sevene Slip by Ashley Poston. Becca was unhauling this and I messaged her being like, I'll give you some money for postage, can I have it please? And so she sent it to me. I read The Dead Romantics earlier this year, I want to say, and really loved it. I gave it 5 stars, and so definitely wanted to pick this up at some point, but I just never bought it. And then when Becca was unhauling it, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to grab it, get my hands on it. It appears to be all happening in the corridor outside my flat. I'm so sorry if you can hear it. Anywho, I can't remember what happens in this apart from that it's a, like, I was gonna say time traveling. Yeah, it is a time traveling flat that travels, I think, across 7 years. I don't really know, but I really enjoyed The Dead Romantics and want to read this soon. That's all I have to say, really. And then we have Before We Say Goodbye by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, and this is the 4th book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. It's quite a short one, I think. It's shorter than the other ones, and this has ended up on my November TBR as well, so I'll be reading it very soon. But yeah, I love it. Such a cute cover as well. But yeah, in case you didn't know, the series follows a kind of a cafe where you can go and time travel but there's set rules that you have to follow, and it's just like really like heartwarming stories. But yeah, I won't say any more than that because I did talk about it quite a bit in my TBR video, but finally picked this up with my Waterstones voucher. There's a black mark. I think I've got like makeup on it or something. Oops, this is very sad, but okay. Then we have another book from that 3 for £6 deal from the works that I was on about earlier, and that is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Rachel read this recently, absolutely loved it, and so since she's been raving about it, I thought I would get it, and it's maybe not to read it really soon. I think it's also on Kindle Unlimited, but I've seen Hannah Bonham Young's books in the works a lot recently, so I thought I'd pick it up. That's literally it. I think this has good representation. I've seen a few people read it a lot recently and really enjoy it, so I have high expectations. And yeah, another fun little romance that's been going around that I finally grabbed my hands on. And then the last book on this stack, which I probably should have done first because it's a hardback, but that is The Instrumentalist by Harriet Constable. This was a complete impulse buy. I've never heard anyone talk about this, never seen it anywhere. I just bought it in Sainsbury's when I was doing a food shop. Look at the lovely end pages, like the map of Venice. So this follows a girl called Anna Maria, and I think it's her tutor or like instructor, like violin teacher. Yeah, her teacher is Vivaldi, and she comes from a very unfortunate family, and I think she just wants to make her mark. And it says at the bottom, inspired by the women in the shadows of some of history's greatest masterpieces, The Instrumentalist is an unforgettable tale of ambition, exploitation and defiance, set against the dark and dazzling backdrop of 18th century Venice. So literally a complete like random impulse buy. I saw the cover, loved it, and I love books that have like a music theme. So books about bands, like Daisy Jones and the Six is one of my favourites. Or like there's this one book called Homeward Bound, which I don't know anyone else who's read it, but it's one of my favourite books ever. And it's about this old man that plays the piano, and that's how he connects with his granddaughter. So I think I will really like this. But yeah, I've just never heard anyone talk about it. It's not that long, less than 300 pages. Yeah, I just bought it. And so we have our final stack. And this is a fun one. It's the Christmas stack. And the first book on top is The Christmas Wish by Lindsay Kelk. This is another one. This is the third and final book in the 3 for £6 deal. I've read one book from Lindsay Kelk before and did really enjoy it. I then met her at the launch of Love Story. She's really lovely, and when I saw this in the works, it's a fun Christmas romance, and all I wanted was a Christmas romance because I have no Christmas romances on my shelf. I only really have like Christmas murder mysteries, and I just wanted something light. So I picked this up. I did want this. This was one of the ones I went in looking for in the works. And I think this is kind of Groundhog Day vibes. I think. From the back, that's what it sounds like. The second chance romance of dreams, if only he could remember it. She's trapped in a snowy Groundhog Day, yet would repeat meet cutes with Dev really be so bad for a heart that needs melting? Nice little festive read. And then a fun one to end on. We have The Christmasaurus and The Night Before Christmas. So this is by Tom Fletcher. If you didn't know, The Christmasaurus is one of my favourite series ever. Or just like the first Christmasaurus book, the musical edition. Love it, and the album that's now out comes on every year now. Well, I say every year, I'm pretty sure it only came out last year. But this is a picture book that kind of accompanies the story. Do I have any small children? No. Do I know any small children? No. Was this purely for my own enjoyment? Yes. But I would flick through it, but I don't want spoilers because it is only like, you know, a 30-page picture book. But I will be reading this in December to get festive, or even maybe at the end of November. Who knows? But I love these books. The Christmasaurus has a special place in my heart, and there's no way I was not going to get this. Rachel messaged me to tell me about it, and I went to Sainsbury's that night and I picked it up. I didn't go to Sainsbury's for this. I went to Sainsbury's to do a food shop and then just happened to stumble down the book aisle in case this was there. But that is the last book on this book haul. I don't think I've missed anything else off. I don't know if I trust that from falling. I'll pop that down there. But thank you very much for watching. I can't believe I have such a big haul again for you, but hopefully that's it now until 2025. Might do a Christmas one, but as soon as 2025 starts, book buying ban, it's not happening. I have too big a TBR. I think I did the maths, and at my current reading pace, I have just over 3 years worth of reading, buying no books. So I don't need to buy any. Anywho, on that note, I'll wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it through this far, then I really do appreciate it. I feel like this has been a bit of a chaotic book haul, but thanks for sticking around anyway. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you soon with a brand new video. Bye.